Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing our July wrap-up, and I know this is really late and it's already August 5th when I'm recording this. I have no clue when I'll get this video out, but I kind of completely forgot to record this video. But here I am, finally doing this. Before I get into it, I do want to say I did pull a 24-hour readathon in the month of July because it was the last month before school started back, and I really wanted to. I did in fact do one, and I read I think 4 or 5 of these books in this stack, and then I also read some on my Kindle as well. Let's get right into the books that I read. One of the first ones that I read this month, this is going in no particular order, The Murder Party by Cindy R.X. He. Now, this book follows the younger sister of a girl who gets stabbed at this murder club. They really like acting out murder mysteries and everything, and a prop knife malfunctioned and her sister got stabbed to death. Everyone else moves on, but she is convinced that it is not an accident and someone was actually trying to kill her sister. She's trying to figure out all of this, and she ends up forming a plan where the only way to get everyone back together that was at this party and to reveal who really killed her sister is to form her own murder club and have her own murder party. Once again, one last time, in honor of her sister to find this killer. And this book was so interesting, I ended up rating it a 4-star. There were a little bit of slow times, and there were some times that really was similar to A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. But overall, I really liked it, and the end was insane. I absolutely love Cindy R.X. He and her twists. They're so good. Then the next book I read was A Forgery of Fate by Elizabeth Lim. This basically follows a girl who is a painter. She just likes to paint, and sometimes she will accidentally end up painting the future just completely by accident. And she is a art forger. To make money, she replicates the style of other artists and gets fake verification stamps and everything and sells this, and this is how she lives. And her mom gets into really bad gambling debt, and they have this gang coming after them. Well, the only way she can get out of this is if she enters into this mysterious marriage contract with this dragon lord, and so she does so to save her sisters and her mom. And this is basically a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and she has to go to this underwater world of dragons, and it is so cool. I really enjoyed it. And that, I believe, ended up being a 4-star as well. There are so many 4-stars this month. I don't know if I found a 5-star. I don't think I did, but this one was really good. I was just reading this from 2 a.m. 1 a.m. to 6 a.m. something like that when I was doing my readathon, and this book just kept dragging on. I know in all reality, if I was reading this when it wasn't a 20, it wouldn't have felt like that, but because I was doing a 24-hour readathon, I was watching the clock so much. And a standalone fan, so much information has to be packed into one book that it felt like it was taking forever. And I feel like if I wouldn't have read it during the 24-hour readathon, it would have been a 5-star. But sadly, because I did, it was only like a 4.25 or a 4.5. Then the next book that I read was Fireblood by Ellie Blake. I have really been liking Ellie Blake's writing in this series lately. This was the second book in the Frostblood series, and I absolutely really liked this one. It was so good. This ended up being a 4-star, and basically this world follows a race of Frostbloods and a race of Firebloods, and they kind of always been at odds. And the Frostbloods have killed off all of the Firebloods in this country. There is one remaining, and she lives in the mountains with her mom in a little bitty village. Her mom ends up dying, and she goes to prison. And then these people break her out of the prison, and she starts beginning to train to go kill the king. She gets caught up in all this court intrigue and all this. It is so interesting. I love it. This one ended up being a 4-star. But then I read the 4th one, and sadly, I DNF'd it. I just didn't like it as much as the rest, and that was Fireblood and Nightblood, and I ended up rating Nightblood a 2-star, I believe. Then the next book I read was Left on Red by Marissa Eller, which is a rivals to lovers clean rom-com type. Like, I hope this doesn't find you. Basically, there's these 2 rival students at this like very advanced high school that is like inside this college. It's like basically college level high school, but it's still considered high school. Basically, they are always competing to be top of their class and everything, and basically then they have to end up working together to make sure their entire class does not fail when this class that this girl has been looking forward to, like her entire high school ever since she started coming here, ends up being such a letdown, and the teacher is not even teaching them anything. They end up having to do that, and then yeah, I ended up rating that a 3.5, I believe. It was actually really good. And also, this purple color is so pretty. This was an ARC. It released October 26th, I believe. No, that's August 26th. Man, I need to get that review out. next book I read was Sunkissed by Casey West, and this book follows a girl who goes to a 2-month summer camp with her family. They go to this summer camp, and basically she ends up having to help this band write music. She's having to do all this stuff. Honestly, very fun. Yeah, it's really cute. And then I also really liked the younger sister. The younger sister the whole time is trying to become an influencer. She's like recording everything, always talking to the camera. It was really cute and I really liked it, and I loved seeing the sister dynamics as well. And there was a little clean romance in there as well. Then the last book that I read this month was To Dream in Darkness by Anne Liang. Now, at first when I finished this, I thought this was a 5-star, but sadly, it just was not as good as A Song to Drown Rivers, Anne Liang's only other fantasy book. So basically, this is about, in this mythological world, if the god of death fell in love with a healer god. Basically, he was assigned to kill her, and then she says, okay, if you give me 1 month to live, then I will end up healing you, because he has this curse where he's just in constant pain and all this. So while this month that she's living, that she's not supposed to be alive, the entire world is falling apart. There's huge tsunamis where there's not even water close, and water's getting poisoned. People are turning almost into zombies. It's absolutely insane. It was really good, but there were just some parts of it, some aspects so this one was kind of a little bit of a letdown. So that is all the physical books that I read this month, but now going into the Kindle books that I read this month, I read 2 of them. And the first one I read was Rootbound by Margaret Owen. Actually, so good. I loved it. And this is basically about Rapunzel and Eugene after the Tangled movie, and them going to this mysterious country where they get invited for the coronation of the princess to become the queen. And there's a bunch of secrets. There's this whole rebellion. They figure out that a lot of people and a lot of stuff is not as it seems, and Eugene finds more about his parents and his past, and it was so good. I ended up rating it a 4.5 star, and it just felt like pure nostalgia. It was so good, and this just made me even more excited to see the live-action Tangled movie. And honestly, now I just want to rewatch the Tangled movie in general. The last book I read was Wings of Reverie by Anna Bright. It just felt like pure nostalgia. It was so good. I ended up giving this a 4.5 out of 5 as well. And basically this follows Periwinkle and Weaver. And Periwinkle, basically, she's this very popular and talkative and social fairy. She is Tinkerbell's sister, which we don't know this yet at this time in the book. Because the movie where she's introduced in the Tinkerbell world is placed after this book. Anyway, basically, she finds this, orb in the forest one time when she's just, wandering around, and she touches it, it disappears. Then after that, she starts dreaming, and she does not know any other fairies in the Winter Woods that dream, so she's really confused. And then she meets Weaver, who is the last dream talent fairy that can weave dreams that can stop nightmares, and nightmares are basically monsters in this. And yeah, it was really cool. So they are working together to try to stop the nightmare rot that is on the pixie dust tree, and it was really good. I really liked it. And yeah, that was all the books that I read in the month of July. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below if you've read anything fun this year, and I will see y'all in the next one.